Wait, Reb Moshe said something, my hate Teves. Rabbi Shmotkin asked before, my hate Teves. It's a very, very big question. Not my hate Teves. How could it be a situation of hate Teves? For those people who were there at the time, when the story began, when the story or the situation began, and the Rebbe did not keep it quietly, the Rebbe shared with us the whole story, and he shared with us the details, the severity of the situation, and the biggest thing what the Rebbe shared with us, the Rebbe's pain. The pain of the Rebbe, no way to explain it. I just wanted to, like a little side. I was sitting by Mesibe, Hey Teves, a couple of years ago, and one of the Choshev trying to explain the mile of Hey Teves, the special, what is unique about Hey Teves. He tells me, Hey Teves is a Yontev, what the Rebbe gave us something to do, to buy for him. With his Kislev is something spiritual. Hey Teves, and explained the mile of buying for him, and I was listening. And I was listening. He finished explaining great length, the Milofon, Hey Teves, this for him, Chagas for him. Explained beautifully. I told him 2 words. Ba'as Jungelait, Hey Teves, was one thing. We saw the Rebbe's pain. We couldn't handle that. We saw the Rebbe's pain. And with Hey Teves came, we know, to a degree, the pain is over. That's Hey Teves. Going back to look what happened, the Rebbe's pain. The Rebbe shared with us a couple of sichas, very difficult sichas, very hard sichas to listen to. We never saw the Rebbe in this kind of situation. We know the Rebbe in the Rebbe's Nesias was a lot of Agmas Nefesh. The Rebbe did a lot of things, didn't go the way the Rebbe wanted to go. Mi Yehudi, Shtochim, other many, many things. The Rebbe was engaging the whole world. And it was not an easy thing. There was a lot of opposition. And the Rebbe didn't stop, and it was a lot of Agmas Nefesh. But the Rebbe never shared the Agmas Nefesh with us. Hey Teves, the Rebbe shared it with us. He shared his pain with his Hasidim, publicly with the Farbrengens. Here comes the question. Lo mos Hashem kochav, is Hashem also Hashem in talking shailas. But al pi teva, how could it be a situation that a bosor vodam can create such a mehuma? A bosor vodam can touch the Rebbe so much, can pain the Rebbe so much, can hurt the Rebbe so much. The question was, how could it happen? Tovshim Memhei, the Rebbe's Nesias was in unbelievable way. The Rebbe's oil was shining all over the world. By Chassidim, by the Litvische, Umetum, the Rebbe's oil was shining. And of course there was misnagdim because the Soten did not like it, the Soten for the Rebbe. But the Rebbe's oil was shining, Tovshim Memhei, the Rebbe's oil was unbelievable. Der Rebbe's Hashpoe, und Chassidim, und unsere Chassidim, alle men, die Scholes, Meluches, everybody came to the Rebbe. Who came to the Rebbe? Everybody came to the Rebbe. That's all came in Shole. When they had critical questions, they sent people to the Rebbe. Before the 6th day war, they sent a shliach to the Rebbe. Tovshin Lamed Samer, before the big the situation of the ceasefire in the Suez Canal, a shliach came specially from Eretz Yisrael to meet the Rebbe. The world knew that what the Rebbe was. Tovshim Memhei, the Rebbe's ashpoe was unbelievable. And comes a bosser vodam, and he stands up, and is doing something, and the Rebbe is in tremendous pain. How could it be? How could it be possible? We didn't ask question, how could it be possible? We saw the pain was very, very difficult to see the situation. The pain of the Rebbe affected everything, the Farbrengens, and many other inyonim. I remember I called up Rav Krinsky at the time about something in Mary, need something in the office. Rabbi Gopin tells me, we can do nothing. Now is not a time for this. Wait. It's not a normal time in the office now. Well, that's fair side. Everything. It's the question, how could it be? How could it be possible? My hate Teves, not my hate Teves. Hate Teves is borur. But how could it be the situation to lead to hate Teves? Is the Rebbe in a Farbrengen gave the answer. Lefi news daiti. We know during the Mishpat, they went to the Yale, a lot of things. But the Rebbe, that Chanukah, every day was a new Iroeh, to do more, to do more, to do. One day, Rabbi Charakov made a conference called Mol Shluchim about increasing meneires, keep doing, building to help the new Shluchim, new Batei Chabad. There was pushing, and we could see the Rebbe is pushing the increase of Peulas and Moisdes. And Afotze Mayones, that's it, the answer to the Kitrug. We saw it. The Rebbe himself Farbrengt a lot. Shabbos Miketz Tovshin Memvov. They Farbrengt Shabbos. They Farbrengt Motzoi Shabbos. They Farbrengt Sunday night. And I suggest every Chassidish bocher in German should listen to the Farbrengens. It was very unusual Farbrengens. And they never spoke about a lot of things, but never spoke about it. They never spoke about something, and they was asked a question, and they asked, how could it be with this Kislev? A Kitrug on the Alte Rebbe. The Alte Rebbe himself, in the time of the Magid, the story with the Pinchas Koretzer. When Pinchas Koretzer came to visit the Magid, and he found a page from Sifrei Chassides in a place that was not so holy. He got very upset, and he walked into the Beis Medrash of the Magid. All the Talmidei Magid was there, sitting there, and he gave a clap of the tish. We have to stop what we're doing here. If a page from Sifrei Chassides can be found not in a holy place, that means we don't appreciate what we have. Therefore, we're not careful. We have to stop what we're doing. All the Talmidim were there. They got scared. Didn't know what to answer him. The Alter Rebbe was the youngest student for the Talmidei Magid, stood up to the Pinchas Koretzer, and he gave him the famous moshel. Ben HaMelech, the Melech was very sick, and there's no refuah. The only refuah, the only remedy, there's no refuah. He traveled all over the world. Came a doctor, or a person came and told the Melech, there's only one refuah, only one remedy. The centerpiece of your crown. You have to take the crown apart, take out the center stone, the precious stone, grind it, and try to put it in the mouth of your son. And maybe one drop will come in, the rest will be wasted. But the Melech said, do it. Take my crown, take it apart, grind the central stone, the centerpiece, and maybe one drop will go in. And that's it, the moshel the Alter Rebbe gave to Pinchas Koretzer. When he heard it, he accepted it. And the Maggid came in, gave a kiss to the Alter Rebbe's forehead, stern, and told them, you saved Chassidus. You took away the Kitrug. The Rebbe has the question, after the Alter Rebbe gave this moshel, this answer to the Pinchas Koretzer, and he diffused the Kitrug, the Pinchas Koretzer Kitrug. That's Emes Kitrug. Not a Kitrug from Vilna. And if the Alter Rebbe's moshel was able to diffuse that Kitrug, How could it be a new Kitrug? And the Rebbe answers, the new Kitrug was because of Chabad. In the time of the Magi, they were learning Rosetera. Who learned Rosetera? Talmidei HaMagid. The Alter Rebbe took the Rosetera and he brought it down to the level of Chabad. When the Sultan saw that, a new Kitrug. Therefore, the moshel what the Alter Rebbe gave was good for the time of the Magid. Here's a new situation, a new level. He brought it down to a new level, at a lower level, a new Kitrug. That's the Rebbe's answer. The Rebbe spoke about this Sikha. The Sikha is printed in Lakutei Sichas. What's Chelik, Yoske? Chelik Chavov? Chavei? What's Sikha? What's Sikha gedruckt? Chelik? Hey? The most the Shaila. Okay. The Rebbe spoke about it, not Yutis Kislev. It's a question, was really a question, should be asked, Tovshin Yud Aleph and Yutis Kislev. The question was not asked Yutis Kislev. This question was asked during the Mishpat. During the Mishpat. From that is mashma. This sikhe, this question is a shayches to the Mishpat. The Rebbe gave an answer. Why is there a kitruk today? The Rebbe saw the Mishpat as for him. The question that was not a foreign question. It was a kitruk min hashomayim against the Rebbe. If there was a kitrug against the Magid, and a kitrug against the Alter Rebbe took Magid's Chassidus, Rosei Teire, and he brought it down to the level of Chabad from who? From the Alter Rebbe's Talmidim. If this level, to bring down from the Magid to the Alter Rebbe, cost a kitrug, brought a kitrug, can we imagine what kitrug brought was the Rebbe did, he took the Alter Rebbe Chassidus and he brought it down to Deir HaShvi. When the Rebbe brought down Deir HaShvi, Chassidus, it's not from Magid to Chabad. It's from Chabad to Deir HaShvi, Dolamata. And we'll take a look on the Rebbe's Nesias, the way the Rebbe studied Nesias, and they were conducted Nesias, and the way the Rebbe Megalech Chassidus, the Rebbe Mefarish Chassidus, and the way the Rebbe related to Chassidim, and the way the Rebbe related to the world, we see that the Rebbe brought Chassidus down, Elokus down, Chassidus down, to Mamesh Eilem Haze Kipshutei. The Maimer from the Rebbe. The Rebbe explains in a Maimer that Yaakov Avinu is Ozi Boka Kashachar Yerecho. Yaakov brought to the Tzimtzum. And for the Tzimtzum, he brought down into Atzilus. Yosef took Atzilus into Bia. Comes the Rebbe said, the Rebbe Nishma Seiden was like Yankiv to Atzilus. And the Frierich Rebbe Yosef brought Atzilus into Bia. That's the Rebbe's Maimer. We will see another step further. The Rebbe took Bia into Mazah Gashmi. The way the Rebbe dealt with Chassidim and Chassidus. And it's a few little Mesholim. Who was allowed to come to the Alter Rebbe's Chassidus, to the Maimorim? Who was allowed to go into the room? The Machzedek, as a young boy, was not allowed to. He had to hide in the oven. He almost died in the oven because he wanted to hear a Maimer. Only Talmidei Chadorim, special Chassidim. All the generations. Who came to the Maimorim from the Rabbeim? The special Chassidim, the Alter Chassidim, the special Tmimim. But the Rebbe started Farbrengens. The Rebbe wanted a Noshim V'Taf. I'll tell a little story. Maybe we're going to remember it. But a day after Yom Kippur, Tovshin Lamed Aleph, the Rebbe was Media, Madam Mesader, it's night going to be a Farbrengen, Sukkot. A very big shock. Everybody shocked, but the Rebbe not Farbrengen Sukkot. The Madam Mesader organized a group of Eltere Hasidim among the guests, came in its role to go to the Rebbe and to try to plead with the Rebbe to ask him to Farbrengen. And they stayed at the Rebbe's door. The Rebbe came out from Minchad, all staying there, until the Rebbe became their tzrol, Chassidim, Sukkot. The Rebbe gave them many answers. Pikuach Nefesh, they would give answers. And then the Rebbe was very unhappy. Always be asked me to do things. And the Rebbe said something at the time, even when I Farbrengen, there's too much noise in shul, and they interfere with my Farbrengen. At the time, the shul, the Farbrengen was towards the end of the shul, the Meire Wand. The rest of the shul was empty. Kids were kids, and it was a humble tumult there. David Raskin organized the first night Sukkot Asife in his big office, David Raskin's office, the Alter Bochrim, and the couple of Chassidim Geleit. What to do? One young man gets up and he says, let's make a takona not to bring children to the Farbrengen, to 770. David Raskin, if you know David, when David gets to get a little bit excited, he got so wild, David. And he said, in the early years, was also a situation upstairs in shul, too much noise. And somebody suggested to the Rebbe, maybe to make a takona not to bring kids. David Raskin said, you have no idea the Agmas Nefesh, the Rebbe had for the Solkedaitoch not to bring kids. The Rebbe's Farbrengen was Alaman. The Rebbe's Siches. The Rebbe took Siches, the Tifte Nyonim Mechsidas, and it must be given through what? Yene Shel Teira, Pshuta Shel Mikro. On, the Rebbe's, and the Rebbe Yasach Suchsidim, the Rebbe involvement in Protim. How much time I have, Meisha? Okay, I want to say a couple of stories. Somebody told me today, one of the Marginim, people like to hear stories here. Stories, I would like to share with you a few stories. I'm sure I can tell the story I have. Every shliach here has the same stories, or better one, but that was what happened to me. To see the Rebbe's involvement, like protim to. We didn't see what the Rabbi. Before going to this story, I want to just say a story about was Nissen Tov Shil Lamed Aleph in 770. 770 was empty. I was staying in the hallway about 8 o'clock, 8:30. Who walks in to 770? Menachem Begin. Hello? איפה במזכירות? Knocks in the door. Who's sitting? Label Menyom is sitting waiting for him. And he comes in, and I took him to the Rebbe. And it was empty night. Nobody was around. So I'll stay and wait till he comes out. To see what is. Here is Menachem Begin, whatever comes out, a flame of fire. Mr. Begin, מה היה בתוך החדר עם הרבי? אני לא יכול לספר לכם. I said in Hebrew, דבר אחד אני יכול לתת לכם. הרבי חי בארץ, עם הארץ ועם עם ישראל כל כולו. הוא חלק מהארץ. He was so excited, Begin, when he said it. The Rebbe did not sit in New York and giving advice to Ritzrol. The people who come from Ritzrol to see the Rebbe, they saw the Rebbe was absolutely involved in everything in Ritzrol. The Rebbe cared for it. It's important to him. There was the Ritzrol. There was to every Chassid. And a story, I said a couple of stories, and I hope Groner wouldn't mind. Tovshin Mem Beis with Aleph Nissen. Remember our dear friend Avraham Shem Tov organized to make big events, big things for Dalaf Nissen. As the Dalaf Nissen Shnas HaShmeni from the Rebbe deserves. Avraham with his great ideas, and with many conference calls and all the kind of ideas. And it was really, as a young shliach, I was so inspired by the ruach from the Alter Shluchim, how to honor the Rebbe and how to care for the Rebbe's kavod. It was just beautiful to see. As a young shliach, what can I do for Dalaf Nissen? Small Chabad, I was just starting out. It's for Dalaf Nissen, we in the Chabad at the time, we had for every holiday, is to publish a bulletin, a small bulletin. Came Pesach Tovshin Membeis. We're publishing a bulletin for Pesach. What is Pesach Membeis? With Dalaf Nissen. In the old-fashioned printing, the bulletin was very poorly printed in those days. The picture very poorly printed. But the best we knew, the best we can to do. And with a bulletin, the front page, a big page on the Rebbe. And then I got from some shluchim, some Rebbe's biography. Today, everything's available. In those days, very little was available. Put something together, and I sent it into the Rebbe. I came here of Shabbos, Dalaf Nissen to 770, I duch to the Rebbe, and I gave him this bulletin. I told Dalaf Nissen, shluchim bringing, big shluchim, the important shluchim, bringing big stuff. My bulletin will be important to the Rebbe. I didn't think about it. About 3 years ago, one of my friend's son, I saw him before here, Yossi Deren here. Where is he? Where is Yossi Deren? Rabbi Yossi Deren. Where is he? Where is Yossi? Wo behalst sich Yossi? Oh, there. He shows me a zettel from the Rebbe, Xaviat Kochi. But the Rebbe made a reshima of publications for the Dalaf Nissen Tovshim and Beis. And the reshima had a column, 2 columns. One column called Skriftzei Teire, and the other column was Pirsoimes. And Pirsoimes, because there was a whole list of shluchim from the big cities where they had the big rabbonim, and there was a big list. And the other side was a small list of 3 cities where they published Pirsoimes. Johannesburg, Hartford, and Bogota, Colombia. In my thinking at that time, to all of this in Tovshim and Beis, the Rebbe's for them, my bulletin, a small, simple, today you're not going to look at it even, was printed so poorly. And by the Rebbe, this bulletin was important. Why was it important? Because some shliach did something. We understand what the Rebbe did not measure big, small. Somebody did something, but the Rebbe is important. And the Rebbe cared for all the small things. A couple years later, I told you the story. We made a big concert. We had an actor, and was a lot of kitrugim against this actor. But a very successful concert. A lot of people came. And at that time in Connecticut was a young attorney general by the name Yosef Lieberman. I called up Mr. Lieberman, we're having a concert. Would you like to come to speak? What shall I speak about? Chabad. Chabad was known, but not as much as today. He came, few people spoke, and he spoke about the Rebbe. For those days, it was unbelievable. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. He ended 4 words. In Connecticut, I'm a general. In the Rebbe's army, I'm a foot soldier. They made that impression. For those days, people didn't know about Chabad altogether. And here to hear from the Attorney General, he was a good speaker, very articulated, it was so beautiful. I wrote the Rebbe a detailed report. What happened? A week later, I'm getting a phone call from Rav Nissen Mindel. And he calls me up, we got your duch, but we want to know more details. I'm sure you can express yourself better in speaking than in writing. Tell me what happened. No, then it asked what this one said, this one said, this one. It came to Lieberman, I could see he's pulling my tongue. What else? How does it? More and more and more. I see he's trying to get something. And I stopped. I had nothing else to say. Then he asked me, I'm not sure what he asked. He asked me something very, very personal thing about him. Something very personal. Not important. What? So, Rav Mindel, how going to find out? How can I know about it? And he tells me, I'm amazed at music. I'm amazed. I think, what can I do? He came to the event with one of his friends. His friend's name was Josh Sandman from Haven. They drove together to the dinner, to the concert. I called up Josh, listen to me, what that happened. You have to find out. Rabbi Mindel told me to find out. I didn't tell us from the Rebbe, but Rabbi Mindel doesn't answer this question by himself. Please. Rabbi, Josh, I don't care. You must find out. He called a week later. He got involved, asked questions. And he gave me a certain answer. I called Rabbi Mindel, that's the best I can do. It was not, okay. The Rebbe cared, the Rebbe answered about what's going on, but a particular detail in this young politician's life. That was important, the smallest things. 2 years passed by, and we make another concert. And I said, by the time you're going to build a new Chabad house, and we wanted to have that concert be the introduction of the new building, the new campaign, I felt the best guy is Mr. Lieberman. I called him, Joe, you do? Of course I'm coming. A few days before I called him up, the dinner going to be Chof Aleph Cheshvan Sunday Tov Shin Mem Zayin. Chof Cheshvan was Shabbos before the dinner. I'm coming to the Rebbe to give mashke. I called up Joe Lieberman. Mr. Lieberman, I'm going for Shabbos to the Rebbe. And I'm going to go up to the Rebbe's table to get a brocha for the success of the concert. I told him, it'd be a beautiful idea if you're going to come with me for Shabbos. Come with me. Rabbi, it's a great idea. And so today is Monday, call me a few days later. As Chatoya and Maskir Ayim, I did not call him. Whatever reason it was, I came Shabbos to the Rebbe, and then getting up to the mashke. The Rebbe gives me a look. And the Rebbe turns around. I used to see it below Rabbi Yael. The Rebbe with his finger. Du bist du allein, dort ist keiner nicht da mit dir. Once and twice. Du bist du allein, keiner nicht da mit dir. What's going on here? The Rebbe weiß alles, weiß but the Rebbe wants us to know, ich weiß alles. Unfortunately, Maskir Ayim. Next year, another event. Du bist du allein. The next time I came for Sima Rambam, I thought Sima Rambam needs a big event, but happened to be, I invited a young Mekurev about Tshuva, just became a lawyer. I said, David, come for Shabbos. Okay, I'm coming. I'm single, I have time, let's go. And I come to the Rebbe. Du bist du allein? David, come over. David jumped over David. And I gave mashke. That David today is the federation president. He has 3 boys, Tmimim, Chassidim, mit Lein Geberd. And I want to say, David's wife needs a refuah shlema. I'm finishing. The the David's wife needs a refuah shleima. Harav Shem Tov. The Rebbe, David's wife needs a refuah shleima. Please like to join and make a l'chaim for her. Sora Yehudis Bas Rivka, a very special edel frum lady, raised tmimim, believe shalom b'munah shleima. She needs a refuah shleima. Please, Sora Yehudis Bas Rivka l'chaim l'chaim. The last story I'm finished. The Rebbe shush shluchim. The Alter Rebbe also said shluchim, and the Rebbe Rashab also shluchim. And they fail to the shluchim. When the Rebbe chose shluchim, who the Rebbe choose? The Rebbe didn't choose. The Rebbe said the entire generation is there of shlichus. And I finished with the last story. We had in Hartford a great rov. At the time was Yitzchok, a Victor, a Choshev rov in Hartford. And we invited him to come. He comes to me. You need to go to the Rebbe, he has an issue. Will you come to the Rebbe? Please come. We came to the Rebbe. And a very big group of people come to the Rebbe, as usually come Sundays. He has a bracha for the Rebbe for what his needs, like a big bracha. Then he tells the Rebbe like this. Rabbi Gopin moved into my neighborhood. Is my competitor. Nevertheless, I help him. The Rebbe told him, it's not enough to help, you have to become a partner. My young little daughter, 4 years old, was there. And the Rebbe turns to me, also helping out? Tell the Rebbe, she's in camp, Teves Hashem. She's helping. A 4-year-old girl. But the Rebbe is also a shlucha. The Rebbe conquered the whole world, and that's it, the reason I was a kitrug. The Sotan saw the Rebbe's koyach, the Rebbe's hashpoe. Mato den tachlis. Nicht nur Mailo. Mato den tachlis. When the Sotan saw the Rebbe's hashpoe, the Sotan find his people to help him, and they made that kitrug. And the Rebbe mobilized the chassidim to do the work, and we overcame the kitrug, and see what the don notzach, and we right now asking הקודש ברוך הוא, should be a full the don notzach, when the Rebbe is going to come back to take us out of Golas. L'chaim, l'chaim.